Crochet and welcome to Friday Fun. We have a lot of things to show you today. It's going to be like a massive show and tell, if you don't mind. Oh, hold on a second. Ah, got a brand new computer. I'm so excited. The trackpad works on this one and everything. So I'm like a kid with a new toy, but still trying to figure out how it works in some ways. But anyway, loving it. Let me see. Okay, I'm looking at the commercial. Looks like we are ready to go. Well, let me just jump in and just want to say hey to everybody. This is such a busy time. I am so excited. I'm actually going to be packing up the car as soon as I'm done here and heading up to Frederick, Maryland to set up for tomorrow's Fiber Festival. I'm so excited. I get to meet some of you, I hope. One can only always hope for the best, right? Well, Barbara, good morning from Alaska. I don't know how cold it is there, but it was 28 degrees here this morning. I'm like, burr, I've got my alpaca sweater on and I'm inside the house and I feel quite comfortable right now. Hope I don't overheat, but been having it all morning. Feels great. The ponchos are in full swing. Vests are out. Coats aren't quite ready to come out of the closet yet, but we're getting close. All right. Oh, we have Christina from, it looks like Italy. And Christina, we have an exciting announcement for you in a little bit later. And those of you who speak other languages, you can probably guess what that announcement's going to be. But got some really exciting things to share with you in that regard. Love to craft, hello. And Sandra, she says chilly here in Beaufort. And Kelly from Tucson, she says can't wait to see what tricks you have up your sleeves. Oh, well, they wouldn't fit up my sleeves, but yes, I have lots of things to show you. And she says she's crocheting a, is it tricea, forgive my pronunciation, ponytail holder for a coworker for Christmas. I hope she'll love it. I'm sure she will, Kelly. It's made from the heart. I have Kimberly from a rainy Seattle, Washington. Yeah, the Rain Festival, the one that goes from, was it January 1st through December 31st is what I remember seeing on t-shirts when I was in Seattle years ago. The Rain Festival. Yeah. But you guys have such amazing, beautiful trees in your forest because of that. But thanks for joining us today, Kimberly. Oh, wow, Kelly has a birthday on the 10th. Well, early happy birthday, Kelly. That's just around the corner. What, 5 days? Wow. What a blessing to be able to have a birthday. And Joni is in our chat. And Lisa, she says she's loving the mystery cowl. Picked a 6 square to make the Afghan longer. Chose the braided cable from your Aran sampler. Hey, there you go, Lisa. And for those of you who don't know, I have another sampler, kind of like this one, but not as complicated, called the Aran sampler. I think it was also a mystery throw. So you can check that out on both this YouTube platform, and if you want to watch it commercial free, you can check out my watch channel, which is a subscriber based channel. And let's see, we have Tracy Hamilton and a bunch of things just loaded, and I lost my place. Hold on a second. We have Maureen and Dawn, and let's see, Dawn's, it looks like Maureen is enjoying her coffee in chilly West Texas. And so it looks like it's getting up to 50. It won't be too bad. Nope, shouldn't be too bad at all. Jeff Dawn Anderson. Let's see. Rachel from sunny California, and Jan from Illinois. Dee Holland in Kansas City. Wow, Cindy from North Carolina. Thank you, Cindy. I hope it's a good festival too. I wish more of you could be here. I know, traveling and all that is a thing. But anyway, really looking forward to the conferences coming up in 2022, and got my fingers both crossed and trust in the Lord for that. We have Dawn in South Carolina. South Dakota. I just automatically said Carolina. So Dawn in South Dakota it says it's chilly there. We have Lynn in Quebec, Canada. I know it's cold there. Oh, thank you so much for your sweet comment, Lynn. She says, keep smiling, stay healthy, and tell the people you love how much they really mean to you. Absolutely. You have Deborah and Margita from Sweden, and Shay, Melinda from Centennial, Colorado, Gloria, Jody from Eastern Panhandle, West Virginia, and Hannah. Yay, Hannah made it. She's our moderator. Gonna keep that chat nice and friendly and helpful. And thank you, Hannah, for being there. And she also, if I miss questions later on in the chat that need to be answered, she texts them to me. So I may not, as you know, I'm not going to get to everybody. I like to hit it hard at the beginning, but then I have to kind of delve into what I'm going to say, or else it turns into like a 5-hour live. And I know nobody has that kind of time, but I do love visiting with you all. Let's see. Jody's from the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia. You're not that far from me, actually. Jody, we go up to Harper's Ferry a lot, so you know, up and around to that tri-state area. So that's great. Beautiful part of the country. And Missy and Swati from LA. Hope everything's well with you, Swati. And Esther, yay! Esther is joining us today. Esther has been working as a teacher's assistant, I believe, and I'm sure she's doing a fabulous job. But she is off today, so I don't know if it's a holiday or something, but she's able to join us. So Esther, thank you for being there, sweetheart. I so appreciate you and your family. Give Joseph and Sarah and your mom and everybody a hug for me, okay? And we have Lonnie. She said, I made the Abigail shawl and I am loving it. Oh, that's wonderful. And Sukita, if I'm saying that right, Sukita or Suchita, I'm going to go with the K sound. So lovely name. I'm sorry I didn't say it right, but welcome to our channel. I'm so glad you can be here. And Tamblin from Texas, thank you for your sweet comment. And Amanda, she says, I usually rewatch later. I'm usually sleeping. 3 a.m. here in Sydney, Australia. Can't sleep. Oh my goodness. Well, Amanda, I hope you can get some rest. I've had some of those days lately too. I don't know why, but I love visiting Sydney. You have a fantastic city there. I just enjoyed meeting the people. The people are even better than the city. I mean, just y'all are so friendly there. So I'm glad you're able, hopefully, be able to get out and about more and more. We have Yuchi from Germany, and Shay says there is frost where they are near Dallas, and Alana's still working on the squares. We have Mary Skaggs from Texas. She says, howdy. Howdy, Mary. Oh, I got to get back to Texas at some point. We have Dawn Tennyson saying hello. Hey, Dawn. And Virginia says it's saying hi from beautiful southern Utah. And thank you, Nikki, for your sweet comment. And a bunch of comments just loaded. I'm sorry. Oh, I see Johnny's in the chat. Hey, Johnny, my South Florida friend. I got to get down there too. I just need to get in the car and just go places, Actually, I'm going to do that on Monday. I'm going to be heading back to South Carolina. I get to visit with my daughter Hannah and Mrs. B. Let's see. Okay, I'm catching up here. We have Maria, hola, and I can't say it in Spanish, Maria, but Spanish translations are coming for you, my dear. So hang in there. It's going to be a slow rollout, but they are coming because we want to do it right. Well, let me just go ahead and talk about that a little bit. This is something I've wanted to do for a long, long time. It's one of these things that's going to take a chunk of time, but it's very important that I do this. As many of you know, some videos have the closed caption for the deaf, which I think are fantastic. And yes, all I would need to do, people have told me, oh, just push that button and let the auto translation do the job. Well, yes and no. And I'm going to read you something. This is kind of for fun, but I'm going to read something to you. We are using a much better translation service, not the free one with YouTube, because let me explain why. If you can imagine an hour's worth of talking, yeah, and you got to listen to yourself when you do this, and there is no punctuation. I'm talking nothing is capitalized, not even the letter I when referring to ourselves, like I said this or whatever. nothing is capitalized. So you have to go in and by hand capitalize it all, and there's no punctuation, no periods, no commas, no nothing. So what happens if when you have that, it's automatic, and yes, it's free, but you generally get what you're paying for, if you catch my drift. So we are investing, the business, since the channel is doing well, we are reinvesting that into a translation service that we're paying for. And what will happen is it's an AI based, or artificial intelligence kind of a thing, but they do capitalize letters and they do put periods, so it saves a lot of time. Still, it's not perfect, and you still have to go through everything, every sentence, correcting it, but it's a much faster correcting process, if that makes sense. And this can't be sourced out to just anybody. It has to be somebody that knows our craft, because we have very unique language. I'm going to give you some. This is for fun, but these are just some things that I copied and pasted from last night. I was editing some, the translation work. And so, but anyway, before I read this, what we are going to do is we're going to have the English closed captions. It's going to be a slow rollout, because we're going to take this video by video. We're going to start with the top 10, the top 20, or if there's one that you absolutely must have, like in Spanish or Italian or a specific language, or closed captions for the deaf, let me know. Email me, bonniebay@me.com, and if you do that, it'll get bumped right up to the top of the list. I promise you. This is just my work list, and my husband and I are working on this. He's helping me a lot with this, with a lot of the technical, but I have to do the editing part until I can pass that off to somebody else, again, who knows the craft. And right now, my kids are pretty busy. But anyway, all that to say is, once we do that for the closed captions, we are going to be rolling out 4 additional languages to start with. If we need to add others, we can at a later date, but this is just to get the ball rolling. We're going to be translating these into Arabic, Chinese, Italian, and Spanish, just for starters. Okay, we can add other languages when the need arises, or again, if you contact me and say, oh, but I really need it in French, then let me know. One reason why we're holding off on the French and the German, not just the fact that for every language that we add, it costs us more money to have translated. That's one thing. But let me back up a little bit. But in order to get as good a translation as we can in the other languages, the original English version has to be in the best possible way, or else the meaning gets totally lost with bad punctuation, if you can imagine. So just to say, I know there are some channels out there that have like 50 languages, but a lot of times, some of them may take the care that we're trying to take, and if they have, God bless them. I know if you just go with the automated thing, there's going to be a lot of confusion, because punctuation, grammar, that stuff all matters. But let me read you some of the AI the artificial intelligence that I got back from some of my videos that I was working on last night. Okay. This is the worst. Dead weight is available at most craft stores and in many different colors. Okay, well, we all know that it's not, this is the worst, and then dead weight, it's worsted weight. Okay, so that's one example of how things can really go bad. Here's another one. It's also available at big store retailers such as Walmart and other places that carry a yard. Okay, that carry a yard. Okay, well, that's carry yarn, but things get a little goofed up. Okay, there's another one. Okay, for this, I'm going to twist the arm with the hook like so. Okay, I'm going to twist that arm with the hook like so. That sounds like a wrestling maneuver. I think it's supposed to be yarn, not yard. Arm. They thought arm. Yarn was arm in that case. Okay, maybe I need to enunciate better. Here's another one. Now the tall man and the pumpkin, these both hold the work closely. Okay, so you know what that was? That was supposed to be thumbkin. But anyway, here's another. A lot of people do that who are even experienced crosshairs because their chains are so tight. All right, I'm not even going to go there. um, so crosshairs, that was supposed to be crocheters, but okay, you know that, I know that, but if it's translated into Arabic from crosshairs, who knows what these poor people are going to think. Um, Here's another one. Okay, and this is the last ditch right here. Yeah, we like to major in ditches, right? Yeah, well, anyway. Here's another. How do I know where the last ditch is? And one more. Okay, here is the last ditch of the well. Okay, so now you know why this is taking me some time to roll out, because I need to go in when I see this. And a lot of times I have to re-listen to the context of the video to understand what word that should be. But anyway, so we are rolling these out as as we can. I don't want that to interrupt the creative work, because this hands down could take 6 months with nothing else going on just to kind of get it to where I want it to be. So I thank you in advance for your patience, but we are working hard to make this channel and the watch channel. The watch channel also is getting the closed captions and the translations. We're doing them both at the same time so that both will have this feature available. We want, people to be happy. We want them to be able to do these without having to wonder what I just said there, and in any language. So, or at least in the more dominant languages of the world right now. So thank you for your patience on that. I'm really, really excited about this. I again wanted to do it for a long time, and finally having the tools to be able to do it, and a little bit of help from my husband, who was wonderful. I'm just really excited about that. Well, let me go ahead and get back to saying hi to some of you all in the chat here. Um, let's see. Johnny says it's a wet day in South Florida. Internet issues at work too. Hopefully it won't kick me off. Yeah, you're singing my tune, Johnny. I'm just glad I'm in a place now where the computer is not kicking back at me. Um, we're always at the mercy of whatever internet that we have, but thankfully things are going well, and I did remember to put the do not disturb or the focus thing on my phone, so hopefully nobody will interrupt our stream today. Wish I could take credit for that, but my husband always reminds me, don't forget to put on focus. Oh, okay. We have Brad's mom with us. Hey, Linda, it's good to have you here from Southwest Chicago. And we have Sandra, Gentle with a Smile, if that's right. That's a cool name. And is it Fozia? If I'm saying that right, I'm probably not, but anyway, I'm always willing to learn. And we have Gil from the United Kingdom. Hey, Gil, so welcome. Hope you're enjoying your evening there in the UK. And let's see. Oh, by the way, you guys who are international, the UK and other countries, I need to remind you that this is the week that we in the US, or at least in some of the states in the US, turn back our clocks. So Sunday night, those of you who live in the States, I know Arizona is exempt and some others, it's just the goofiest thing, but our clocks are going to go back an hour. So next week, if you come at this time, you're still going to have to wait an hour before I go live, because the time is going to be an hour behind what it is this week, if that makes sense. It's daylight savings time. So I actually don't mind it when the clocks go back, because I get an extra hour and I can stay up and read or do something or sleep in. It feels like sleeping in at first, of course, until you lose that hour in the evening, but I digress. So just to let you all know, and if you are, if you would like to attend church on Sunday and you want to get there an hour early and help out, don't set your clock back, because you'll be there an hour before everybody else. So yeah, it's that time this weekend. We have Judy from Brazelton, Georgia, and we have Archer and Ace from Cleveland, Sonia from France, and Azucena from Alhambra, California, and we have Nora. Hey, Nora. She says, the mystery Afghan looks so beautiful. Not sure how I'm putting mine together. Okay, together, as mine is one solid color. I am really looking forward to seeing yours, Nora. I think solid colors in these really look nice. I did have fun with a lot of color with mine, and we're going to get to that in just a second. Um, we have Bobby from California. She said, I finished the Celtic. I don't know if it's a guy or girl, forgive me, because my dad used to be called Bobby, and I have friends lady friends who are Bobby, so I don't know, but sorry if I got that pronoun wrong. But welcome, and she says, I finished the Celtic Diamond Stole, now working on Hannah Stole. Excellent. Um, and Julie from Louisville, Kentucky, says a little chilly. Ah, Julie, I have so many friends in Louisville. Wow. Love, love, love your town. And we have Gloria from Chicago. And let's see, Martha from Southern Cal. Dawnine from Saskatchewan, Canada. Um, Anna and wow, lots and lots of people. Diane Sharp from New Jersey. Jean from Sturbridge Village. And wow, Gloria says she's working on beanie hat and a hooded cow scarf. Very cool. And Kalpana. And let's see. Well, let me go ahead and let's just take a look at this thing. This is the big reveal. And you've probably seen some of my pictures, but I am really, really excited to show this to you. And in the pattern on the blog, you'll have a complete picture of the order that I did mine in. It's really hard to show all at one time, and it was really hard to show in a photograph because it's just big. But let me show you the part that you're probably most interested in. Let me show you the edging that I am finishing with. Okay, give you a little bit closer view. We are going to be using double crochets, chain one double crochet, and then low front ridge, cable stitch, low front ridge, and then we're finishing with another row with the double crochet, chain one, and then I put a shell with a picot at the back at the end. And notice that this is the back side of the shell, which I think looks prettier than that side. I mean, it's whichever side you like, I suppose, but I purposely finished with this side of the shell. And yes, some of you are going to hate me for this, but I did connect everything up with the knurl stitch. I don't know of a better way right now. I mean, I know of other ways. I know you can use a whip stitch, which is taking a yarn needle and just, going around and around and around and connecting them all, and that would be absolutely fine. And what's nice, if you use the dark or a common color to trim all of your squares and connect them, then you really don't see the connection that much. So if the knurl stitch or the reverse single crochet is not your friend, I'm sorry that I made it so prominent in this, but there are other options. You can just simply slip stitch them together. If you want the slip stitch to show on the front side, you can slip stitch it with the front side facing, or you can put the front sides together and just have the slip stitch on the back side. That's a viable option. And again, if you just want to sew them together, you can. But one thing I love about the knurl is it does add additional texture, which I think adds interest to the whole project. And I think it's a very sturdy connecting point too. It's a very, very sturdy way to connect these squares. And I do go into great detail in the video that's coming on Monday. The complete pattern, all in a document. It's a 4-page pattern, is available in my Lovecraft store. But if you've been following along and you just copy what I have in the blog, you shouldn't need that. But those of you who want just the pattern as a document, it is available now in my Lovecraft store. If you're a watch subscriber to my paid channel, the one that has no commercials, and there are free patterns there, that document will be provided in as one PDF download once the last video releases on Monday, or it'll probably be a couple days, or probably be on like Saturday or Sunday, whenever it actually releases on the Watch channel. But you don't need to worry about getting the pattern. It will be there for you. It is 22 pages long, guys. It's a long pattern because there's a lot of instruction. There are, if you include the introduction to the project video, it is, there are 7 videos for the project. It's like, I think more than 4 hours of video crochet instruction. So it's a lot. There's a lot to that. So let me show you the other side of this. I have to say, I just love the way these colors came out. I'm not one to usually crochet in such, you know, bold colors because cables generally do better with the lighter colors. But, you know, once in a while you want to, you know, break out of that box, right? And I'll just show you the other side. Okay. And do notice one thing that I did when I put them together, I would have one, no, and there's no rule as to how you have to do this, but this is what I prefer with these projects, to have one, you know, going vertically and one going horizontally, you know, vertically, horizontally, kind of like floor tiles. I think that adds a lot to a project. So anyway, thank you guys for following along. Those of you who've been able to follow along, the videos will remain on my channel. I'm not planning on taking them down, but if you want the free pattern on my blog post, you're going to need to download those pages soon, because at the end of November it's going away. Okay, that's going to be going away, and it will only be available in my online Lovecraft store. Okay, what else do we have here? Let me look. Hannah's got some questions for me. Let me get to Hannah. Thank you, Khan, for doing that. Bibasmita asks, could you suggest how we can go about designing a cable sweater? I mean, the neckline and cable pattern that best suits it, etc. Hold on, let me look for a book. Hold on a second. Okay. Okay, I don't know that this is the one I was looking for. Nope, it's not. But there is a book by Dora Orenstein, and this is not it. Hold on. Let me look in my library here. It may be upstairs. Okay. I don't have the book here. I have a small crochet book library in my restroom upstairs. Surprise, surprise. You really didn't need to know that, right? But I keep a, actually it's like a shelf. It's like one of these shelves that hang on the wall, a two box shelf, and I keep a lot of reading material in there, just to make the best of every moment, I guess. But anyway, but there is a book that Dora Orenstein had on design. And the best thing I could suggest is to find what you like the best. I think the more, if you are really wanting to do more of your own designing, I would try to get as much experience as you can reading other people's patterns that you like, reading, you know, finding designs that you already know that you like and you would wear. And I would make them, practice reading the patterns, make them, get comfortable doing that. And if you're already there, look out for, you know, designers that you like. I would invest in books, invest in, there is a book by Dora Orenstein. I can't remember the name of it. There's also a book, I think it's out of print now, by Lily Chin. And I have it upstairs, but I don't want to have to run up and get it. I promise you, it's out of print. It's a very old book, but I picked it up from actually Lana from the yarn store gave it to me because it's just been around there forever, you know, and nobody was going to buy it. And I'm like, I would like this book. And it had a lot of very good information. I think that one was the best book that I've seen. If you want to email me at bonniebay@me.com, and I can I can tell you, I can send you a screenshot of what the book looks like, and maybe you can find it on eBay, or by Googling it, you can find it from a used book dealer somewhere. But that's the best book that I've seen. Um, Ann Butler is wondering if the mystery blanket is going to be the size of a lap blanket or bigger. And if you make this according to my my directions, and if you make the same number that I did, I made 20 squares that were about 13 by 13 inches. If you use the worsted weight yarn that I use, then it's going to be approximately, let me give you the dimensions. So I wrote this down a while back. It's approximately 53 inches wide by 77 inches long. That's including the final trim and everything on the blanket. I know it's kind of funny because sometimes people will post on YouTube, they look at the dimensions, or they look at the gauge, and they're like, but this isn't exact. This should be such and such. And I'm like, well, the gauge is just a gauge on that particular stitch. It's not on all the other stitches. But if you think 13 by 13, and you do the multiplication, your number is going to be a little bit different than this. And a lot of it has to do with, well, there's the edging all the way around it, and there's the trim. And as you know, the bigger something is, I mean, if you just pull on it a tiny bit, it stretches, 6 inches sometimes. So, it's tricky. So I tried to get this, with the fabric at rest. So that's why I always say approximate, because you might, yours might be a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, but it'll be within that ballpark. Now, if you decide to use a different type of yarn, which is perfectly fine, if you decide to use a thinner yarn, like a DK weight with smaller hooks, obviously it's going to be a different size. And if you wanted to make it smaller on purpose, just make fewer squares. I mean, you are totally in charge of how big this needs to be, which is kind of cool, because a lot of times people will send me questions. How do I make this bigger? How do I make this longer? Well, my answer is make more squares. That's a simple answer for this particular design. It's not as simple for the others, I understand, but anyway. All right, Hannah has a comment here. She says, I follow a lot of Korean celebrities on Instagram, and sometimes the translations on there are really bad. I want to get on the level where I can read it confidently and understand it right. Yeah, absolutely, Hannah. But then getting back to the translation thing, you understand why I want the English to be as best as it can be before we even throw in the translation. Because if I just let it be automatic without punctuation, I don't know who I'll be insulting, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of misinformation, or very, very confusing. And I really want this to be a service, not to you all, not not serving, not doing the cheapy way on my end. I want it to really serve you guys. Cloudy Days says, hi Bonnie, how are you? Doing well, by the grace of God. Thank you so much, Cloudy Days. Doing well, busy, and I enjoy that. I enjoy having work. Work is such a blessing. We have Laura Shelton from North Carolina. Hey, Laura. And Velma from, Velma? Okay. I thought it was your name. I thought it was a place anyway. I need to slow down. And I don't even drink coffee, guys. If I drank coffee, I would be intolerable. Yeah, Tracy says, wow, Bonnie, I had no idea translation could take so much effort. I do watch other channels that speak a different language and just rely on the pictures to understand. Yeah, it can be a lot of work, and actually by again investing in this other translation service, it's going to save me many hours over taking the freebie stuff from YouTube and just trying to work with that, which was like, it'd be like typing up everything you say by hand. It would be easier to do that than to have to correct all the I's and bleh, you know what I'm saying? All right, well, let me go ahead. See, it's 12:34 and I'm already losing track of time. Let me go ahead. There are a couple things I'm going to do, and I'm going to have to just get to your comments. I'll have to read those a little bit later. Hannah, if you could, Hannah or Esther, if you want to just, okay, I'm getting some questions. I'm going to say, text me the questions. And so she's texting me the questions here. All right. Lynn Guider wants to know the deadline for the squares Afghan for your video. Lynn, I love you. Thank you for the reminder of that. I am putting together a showcase of photos of your work. I'll put my picture of mine in there too, but I want pictures of your finished throws if you can. The deadline is December 1st. So if you usually bump up or forget deadlines, you need to do it before then. So you can send it to me anytime from here on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to collect them into a folder, and then on December 1st or December 2nd, that was my mom and dad's anniversary anyway. Okay, pause a second. Okay, so on December 2nd, I am going to begin putting them together into a slideshow, and sometime in mid-December, I will have that on my channel. That will be one of my videos so that you can see all of your work and what everybody's done. I'm really looking forward to this. I did this a couple years ago for the Colorful Cables Throw. That was right at the very beginning of the pandemic. And I got some amazing pictures and loved it. I was just so blessed. And what I like about doing this is your throws end up looking so much better than mine, which I love. I mean, because you some of you out there have this knack for working with color that is just a gift. It's just a gift from God. And I want to benefit from that. I want to see your work. I want to see your ideas. And I think it's just really fun to share. So what you want to do when you send me this picture, send it to bonniebay@me.com. Let me go ahead and I'll put that in the chat at the bottom here. But just keep in mind that the email is also in the video description, okay? bonniebay@me.com. That's for questions or, whatever. So do that. And when you send it to me, I know some of you have Etsy stores and maybe you want to sell these things or whatever. Maybe some of you are giving them as gifts and you don't want your name attached at all. You do not have to put your name on it for me, okay? And I would caution you, since this is going to be on a public platform, that if you put your name on there, it's out there for everybody to see. And that might be fine. I mean, that might be fine for you. You might want to have all your friends, so they can pick it out, and that's absolutely fine. If you want to put a watermark of your Etsy store or whatever on there, I'm perfectly fine with you. Fine with that. Go ahead, go for it. But if you're a little concerned about people seeing your name, in the public square, then definitely be mindful of that when you put your, send your picture to me, because I'm not going to change them up. I'm just going to use them as they are. And if you are not able to finish the project by December 1st, send me a partial. Just send me a partial. Send me a stack of squares. I really don't care. I want you to feel included in this project. So, you can look at a video and say, that was mine. I have no problem with that. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. Please, nothing I do in this world is perfect. And it doesn't have to, again, doesn't even have to be completed, doesn't even have to be sewn together. If you just want to line them up how you're going to do it, that's fine. I'll take a picture of that, even if it's just 2 squares, or even if you just make a pillow. You can make 2 pillows and put the outsides facing, pillow in the middle. I think a lining for the pillow, like a cloth lining to match the yarn, is best, so that the white from the pillow doesn't show through the holes. But and then just knurl stitch all the way around. That's how you do a pillow. And so if all you do is a pillow, send me a picture of your pillow, okay? And again, thanks, Lynn, for reminding me of that. Heather's Country Crochet asks if you can come down south for book signings. Absolutely, Heather. Let me know. Just contact me, bonniebay@me.com, that email I put in there. Let me know where you are. If I'm near there, it wouldn't be a problem if I can get the time. Now, while I'm serving my mother-in-law, I'd have to be, very careful about the time there. But we can definitely work something out. If it's a place where I have to fly or travel a long distance, there would be a travel fee, and it may not be worth it for you. But I just do need to cover my cost, of driving and so forth. But yeah, contact me and we can work something out. And if you're anywhere near, the coast of South Carolina, where it could be, or even in state, you know, in the Carolinas or near North Carolina or whatever. You know, if it's just a day trip, I could definitely do that. Yeah. And if you're near Georgia or Florida, it's even better. Anyway, I would love to go back down south again. Anyway, Tracy Hamilton is asking for the author of the book you have recommended. Okay, let me try to look it up for you real quickly here. Hold on a second. Let me just try to look it up and see if I can. Well, her name is Lily Chin, Lillychin. See if I can find the title of the book. I don't see it anywhere. Let me see. Look. Shopping. Let's see if they have a picture. Okay, I have the name. It's called. I'll tell you what. It's Couture. Okay, let me say that again. Couture Crochet Workshop. I don't know if that's pronounced couture, crochet workshop, mastering, fit, fashion, and finesse by Lily Chin. I do see a copy of it at a place online here by biblio.com. They have one for $5.99. I don't know when it was published. Okay, it was published by Interweave Press, January 2007. Okay, I think that would be a great book to start with if you're looking for designing, learning how to design things. But quite honestly, if you want to try something, just find something that fits you well, that you love, and you can just use that as, you know, just experimenting. You can use that as an example and then just make it to fit you. I mean, I highly recommend people doing that, even using a published pattern to try to make what you're making to fit in a way that will bless you, not necessarily stay absolutely true to the written pattern of a book, but you want it to fit you in the best possible way. In fact, the sweater that I'm wearing right now is called My First Crochet Sweater, and it's on my channel, and I do talk a lot about that. And to be honest with you, this sweater, it may look complicated, but there are only two seams, one here and one here, down here. The sleeves are crocheted around and around and around and around and around and around. There's no seaming here, and you're basically crocheting, you know, a distance. You leave an opening for the neck, and then you just crochet more. And it's a simple process. So if you want to check that out, it's on my channel. Just look up in the search bar, My First Crochet Sweater, and take a look at that. That would be a good place to start. It's a simple, you know, it's a simply shaped one. It's not real complicated. You don't really need anything complicated for a winter sweater, but you know, take a look at that. And again, experimenting, you know, practicing, so that you understand how things go together is I think a must to start there, and then, you know, venture out on your own and enjoy. I mean, and again, like I always borrow from Miss Frizzle of the Magic School Bus, you know, have fun, make mistakes, learn, you know, have a good time doing it. Okay. All right, there's another question. When is the last day to download the free pattern for the block Afghan? It will be the end of November, the last day of November. Okay, December 1st, it's going bye-bye. So, so what, there are 30 days? Yeah, 30 days in November. So November 30th, it will be the last day, and then it will evaporate on December 1st from the free site. Okay, so just wanted to be sure. All right, let me go ahead and close this window. I'm just loving this computer, guys. It's so exciting. I'm going to be able to edit my videos on this computer when I'm on the road, so I'm really super excited about that. Okay, I've got It doesn't look like a knit crate bag, but I have a knit crate bag. And those of you, oh, I feel a booklet in here, which is exciting. This knit crate is a monthly yarn, monthly yarn service. It's like those club things. And I checked online. The price did go up a little bit. It is $29.99 instead of $24.99. So it went up a little bit during the last couple of years. However, there is, for those of you who are subscribers, I hope you got to read the letter from Robbie, who is the owner of the business. He just talked a lot about the past couple years and just the challenge it's been. I know some people, people are, and I can do this at times when I'm not in the right mood, but I try to counter as much as I can with truth. But people are really quick to gripe and to complain. And I've seen a lot of online about Knit Crate, and a lot of it has been fussing about things I think that are kind of really out of their control. I mean, there might be individual customer service situations that maybe could have been better, but generally they were hit hard with the supply chain problems that we had, and still do to some extent during the COVID days, because a lot of their yarn, which is fabulous stuff, and a lot of it comes from South America. They are based down in Miami, not far from where I grew up, and actually just down the road a piece from Hialeah, and I think they're really good people, and I okay, and they're not paying me to say this, okay. They just asked me to evaluate their yarn, but I just wanted to say that if you see a lot of negativity online, just consider the source, okay? Because the value of this yarn is really so much more than what you're paying per month. And again, I'm not trying to arm twist anybody. I'm just trying to just say, before I show you what's in here, I have no idea what's in here. I did not open it yet. But they just asked me to evaluate it for them. But if you're interested in getting this month by month, you can check out the link in the description below. It is an affiliate link, and if you use the name, if you use the coupon code Bonnie20, it's written down there, you'll get 20% off your first order. If you absolutely hate it and don't like it, you can just cancel. It's not one of these things where you have to do it for a year. And yeah, I know it's $29.99, so much cheaper than $30, right? It's $30 a month, but quite honestly, I paid more than that for just one hank of where is it? I think I paid about that for this, not too long ago. Or there was another one. I know what here it is. Here it is. It was these. I showed you these a few weeks ago. I paid. Okay, no joke. This is what I paid. You see how much I paid for that? $36 for this. It's fabulous yarn, though. It's hand dyed. It's a blend of wool and yak. So I mean, I have something very special in mind for that. That's what I do. But anyway, just to show you that these are really good value. And boy, I sound like I'm really pouring it on hard. I'm really not intending to. I just wanted to kind of defend them a little bit, because a lot of times, I know what it's like to get blamed for things that are beyond my control, or you're doing the absolute best you can, and then all you get is negativity. I mean, I know how that feels, so I'm just kind of saying that if you Google it, you may find some people that are just really grumpy, but there are a lot of happy people there. Okay, so shut up and get them open the bag, right? Okay, I will open the bag. Okay, and just to let you know, in that letter, this is why I went into all that. They are going to be going back to their green boxes very soon. They tried some things with these bags that were supposed to, be so great for the environment and everything. It turns out they pop open during shipment, so they basically have learned. Okay, we made some mistakes here. We're going back to the green boxes. We're going to go back to what we know works. And they hired a company to help them with mailing these out. So they brought in another organization to help them. So I think they've just grown so much too. They've needed to do that. This yarn looks really pretty. Oh, there's some goodies in here. Oh wow, this looks similar to the tweed that I am wearing here. Look at this. Can you see that beautiful tweed yarn? Ooh, let's see what it's made of now. Get the old glasses on. This is Vitalana Tweedy Sheep is the name of it. And it's 90% wool, 10% Donegal. And the Donegal would be those little flecks that you see, and it's usually a cotton type of material. Okay, there is 150 yards in this. This is an Aran weight. So this is like a number 4 weight yarn. It's not super, super soft. It's not abrasive, but it's not like alpaca. It's not like alpaca soft, but it does have a nice, I think this will hold up very well to design. So I'm just totally honest with you. Okay, this is not the softest thing in the world, but it's not bad. I mean, I think it's going to be very nice. This will be perfect for a hat. Probably hold up very well, but that would be very nice. 300 yards. You can do a hat. You could do a nice scarf with that. Well, let's see what's in here. Okay, so this is called Fiber Feast, and they have 4 pictures. They're kind of hard to see. One is a crocheted cowl. One is a knit infinity scarf. Yeah, a couple of scarves and some socks. It's kind of hard to see what the designs are going to look like from that. But if you go to this QR code, just if you ever see one of those, you just hold your cell phone up, take a picture of it, and it takes you right to the site. And here are some of the other 3 colors that are possible. I got the maroon color. What are they calling this? They usually give them. It's called Spiced Cranberry. It's kind of fun to see what names they come up with. But they have other colors available. I don't know what they're calling them, but you have the green and like the pumpkin. All right, there's something else in the bag too. Ooh, okay. A little notepad. What does the notepad say? My project ingredients. That's cute. So that is Knit Crate. Again, never, ever, ever feel pressure. They've just asked me to show you what they have. And this is this month, I believe, or maybe this might have been October. I think this is October. Let me read the card. Okay. I'm not sure if this is October or November, but it came in the middle of last week, so it came during October. It's probably October. All right, and that was the other thing Knit Crate said. They said that they are hoping that, you know, their shipping, they've had delays in shipping during the pandemic months, so they're really confident that that's going to change and get better. So let's hope it does, you know, for all of us, you know, just for all of our supplies. I've even noticed that things are kind of lacking at my local Costco and other things. I mean, so it's not exclusively their fault. All right, well, let me go ahead. One more thing I wanted to show you. It's going to get a little tricky. I'm going to just show you some things that I have available that are going to be at the Fiber Festival tomorrow. That would be November 6th, 2021. So if you're watching this replay and you've gotten this far into it and it's like a year later or a month later or even a couple days later, what I'm about to say is null and void. Okay, this is mostly for the people who are watching this live. Or within an hour or 2 of the live, because like I said, I'm getting ready to set up. I'm going to be leaving the house here at about 3:30 Eastern time to go set up my table. But I do have these things that are going to be available for sale. If you're interested in the price, or if you're interested in purchasing it yourself, if you email me within the hour, I will hold this aside for you, and we can work something. I can send you what I have been doing with a couple things is if people are interested, I can send you a PayPal invoice, which you can pay with any regular credit card or whatever, if you're interested in it. These were either a prototype. Let me show you the first one. Okay, I'll put the tag in there. Has my little card on it. Okay, I have, this is a vest. This is the Tipperary vest. And this was made with Red Heart Super Saver. Like I said, this was a prototype. It was the very first design like this that I made. I also made a sweater, which is going to a lovely home to one of our followers. So I'm really excited about that. This is a large. This is, you know, a large to an extra large size. If you want the measurements and if you're interested in this, do let me know. But this will be available for sale tomorrow at the Fiber Festival. Okay, and let me show you some others just for the fun of it. Okay, this is a beanie, B-I-N-N-I sweater. This was in the book Celtic Cable Crochet, and this is the one that was photographed. Now let me show you. This is kind of odd. This is an asymmetrical sweater. Okay, this side, there's not a whole lot to it, so I just wanted to show you that. And then this works by, do I have a pin? You use a shawl pin, and you connect this part, okay? And so this is kind of open in the front. This is a small, okay? This is like a size 6, so this is very small. And this is made out of Sestari yarn. And the only time this has been worn has been by people to model it for photography. And that is it. And it's made of a blend. It's a very heavy sweater, actually. It's a blend of cotton and wool. It's the Monticello yarn by Sestari Yarns. Okay, here's another one from that same book. This is a braided scarf. And this is with the Lion brand, real thick stuff. I forget what it's called. But this is one of these that you wrap, you wrap around. You can put your, it's like an infinity scarf. You can wear any number of different ways. Again, this is the one that was in the Celtic Cable book. Yeah. My fingers are getting messed up with the clothes. This again is a prototype. Let me show you this. These are hard to show. This is a small, and this is a shrug. This would be, you put it on front facing, and then your arms go in here, and this is the back. I would put it on for you, but it's way too small for me. So this is the prototype for, I forget the name of the Fergus sweater, a Fergus shawl, shrug. That's in, it was the Celtic Cable Crochet book. So this is not the original that was photographed, but this was the one that I made before changing the yarn up. And, okay, here is a large, this is a nice large shrug. This is the Cozy Cabled Shrug, I believe is the name of it. I've got to take it off the hanger. Okay. So I can probably even show you how this goes on. Big kimono sleeves. Okay. So big kimono sleeves, comes down, kind of comes down across the bottom there a little bit, and then so you can see the arms. And this is made of the velour, it's a polyester yarn. And this is the one that my sweet daughter-in-law modeled for me for the video in the pattern that's in my Lovecraft store. And and you probably remember this. This is the Wheat Field Cape. And this is the one that was actually pattern of the month for the Lovecraft store. And this is 100% wool. And these are leather fasteners. I'm estimating this would fit somebody comfortably in the sizes small to large. Would fit. And those of you who are interested in doing this pattern, all you would need to do is add, another section with the braid, the cable, and this section here to make it just wider. So that's, again, the Wheatfield cape. And again, if you want me to hold these for you, I mean, I can definitely ship out. I prefer to ship out only to the US because, you know, once we start getting into international shipping, it gets very expensive very quickly, and oftentimes is more than what the item being shipped is worth. So, and here's another one. This is the Arrow Asymmetrical Scarf. This is the version that appeared in the Crochet World magazine. And the way these are worn is you just wrap it around like this. A stick pin or a shawl pin right there, and you have your scarf. And that's basically the way these are worn. It even has the tag. Yeah, from Crochet World. I think this is mostly acrylic, but with a little bit of wool blended in. So it is an acrylic wool blend. I'd have to check the Crochet World magazine to find out the exact yarn that was used for that, because I honestly don't remember. We have some other things that are going to be at the festival. We have these little cotton. This is 100% cotton. It's hand dyed, so you have to be really careful with washing it. But it's a child's cape. It's very small. And whoa, come on, button. There we go. And we have another one like this. Again, this is a child size shawl. 100% cotton, hand dyed yarn. And you may recognize this. This is the Dewbony Shawl, and this is a children's size, and that's made with the Red Heart, I forget the name of it, but it's 100% acrylic. Okay, and this is also on my channel if you want to make this for somebody. I have this set, which is a cowl and a matching hat set. This came from Celtic Cable Crochet book. These are the ones that were photographed. This, I believe, is mostly alpaca. It might be an alpaca wool blend, but I'm pretty sure this is I'm pretty sure that's baby alpaca. This is definitely a blend of alpaca and wool. This is the Ultra Alpaca by Cascade Yarns, I think. And this is a cowl and a pair of, these are cuffs. Okay, they work like this. And this is from the leaflet hats, cowls. It's from a Leisure Arts leaflet. I can't remember the name of it, but it has cowls, cuffs, and something in it. So that is going to be available. And you may remember this. This is the Uptown tote and an Uptown hat to match with the faux fur. And it has these handles. I don't know if, I think these are vinyl. I don't think these are leather. The bag is not lined. It really doesn't need one because it doesn't have a lot of holes in it like most crochet. And I even leave the tags attached. These are the original ones that were photographed for Crochet World magazine. And that we're holding aside. Here's another cowl. This is another one of those baby alpaca cowls from the Celtic Cable Crochet book. And here's a pair of boot cuffs in case anybody's interested in that. These are baby alpaca and these are really soft. And if nobody's interested in these, I might just keep them. I don't know. But I'm just, again, simplifying my life. These are things that I haven't worn yet. And I just decided that I wanted to go to somebody who can really enjoy them and appreciate them. Okay, this is kind of nice. I like the way this feels. This is a cowl, a beret, okay, and a pair of fingerless mitts. Now I'm going to show you, full disclosure, because I don't, I just want people to know that when you wear these and you have crochet, you're going to have holes along here. So I just want you to see that. these designs are going to have that. These are nice for wearing inside the house more than outside, because clearly the wind can cut right through the holes. They do on gloves sometimes too, but, and this is made of 100% single ply Israeli cotton. It's some of the softest cotton I've ever used. It's like crocheting with clouds. So that's a set. And I have another set. This is a pair of mitts. This was, I don't even know how to describe this. I don't own the rights to this pattern, but it's a pair of mittens. And these are with, okay, what was the name of the company? These are 100% alpaca, or I think it's an alpaca wool blend, but it was the company Blue Sky Alpaca. I think they're called Blue Sky Fibers now, but they used to be called Blue Sky Alpaca, and that's where this yarn, it's hand dyed, beautiful yarn, is from. All right, I'm gonna hold those aside, and I do have, again, these are all things that are going to be at the fairgrounds if nobody's interested, which is fine. This is wool. This is a Celtic crochet cowl, and this is a knit cowl. One of my very first knitting project, and this is also an alpaca yarn. Headbands. This is 100% alpaca. These are on my site. Many of you have made these, and we do have some fun technology covers that maybe the design never saw the light of day. Like here's a little pouch for a computer, like a small laptop, and here's another one. This is that Noro wool. As I've told you before, I've tried to fall in love with Noro, and so many times I just don't get it. It's a blend of wool and silk. It's very abrasive, but I think that's probably why I've not fallen in love with it. Okay, this is one of the originals from, let me think. I think it was Contemporary Celtic Crochet, but it could be, yeah, I think that's what this came from. And this was using the Phoenix 100% Egyptian cotton, which is very nice. And this is, again, these are tablet covers. This is one that Becky made. This is, I believe, out of Caron Simply Soft. And here's another one out of Egyptian cotton for a smaller tablet. And another one. Okay. And I have one giant scarf from my Super Saver book. My not Super Saver. It's called Super Scarves to Crochet. This is like a seriously long, big scarf. This is acrylic, and this can also be as just a big wrap as well. So these will all be available. Again, if you're interested in any of it, just describe it to me, and if I hear from you within an hour, I'll check my mail before I leave and hold anything out if you want me to hold it for you. If I still have anything left after Saturday, I've thought of putting it in an Etsy store, but I don't know that I'm going to have time to really do that. But in the future, if you're interested, and I will try to be better about reaching out to you all and sharing what I have, because quite honestly, I can't use all of these things, and if I can bless somebody by selling it to you, that would be great, because that just might be nice. And just to let you know, on these prices, they're not like the crazy prices that you would find in designer stores. I want to be very reasonable with this, and most prices will probably not be much above the cost of the yarn. So I'm not looking to, for lots and lots and lots of money. I'm just looking for a fair market price on these. So so anyway, sorry for all that spiel, but I just thought I would show that to you guys, because rather than first offering them to people that I don't even know, which is what I'll be doing tomorrow, I thought, well, why don't I just share this with my friends? So that's why I'm doing that. I honestly don't have time to log and categorize all this stuff for an Etsy store. It's just so much work. to do that. And unless you're going to have like a repeated, you know, supply of them, it really takes hours per item. And I much would rather spend time designing or, you know, working for something else. Well, bless you guys. So anyway, well, let me check and see if Hannah has any other questions. All right, Dawn. Hannah says Dawn is interested in the purple small sweater. Dawn, email me. I'm not, I'm trying to think which one that was. If that was, you mean, was it the blue? Well, we can talk. If you can just email me, I can send you photos and we can go back and forth and work that out. Um, let me just double check. Is this the one you were talking about, Dawn? Is this, I don't know if this is the one that you were talking about, but this is the Tipperary vest. Okay, the Tipperary vest. Okay, she says no, that's not it. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. You mean the, okay. You're talking this one? Is this the one you're talking about? Well, anyway, email me. I will be looking out. I'll be looking out for you. Um, all right, so let me, okay. Okay, so if you guys are interested, just email me, bonniebay@me.com, and you know, and if you don't hear back from me, make sure you check your spam folder. Sometimes my email may go into that folder. All right, well, let me see. Did I do everything? I think I covered everything. Lots and lots, as you can see, going on, and that's just kind of like in the background kind of a thing. But I just so want to simplify my life, and the things that I don't need, I just want to say goodbye to them. And you know, but I want them to be in a place where they can, you know, bless people if possible, rather than just, you know, putting them somewhere where they won't see the light of day, or you know, get thrown away. And want to bless somebody. All right, well, let me end. Oh, ladies, there was something else I wanted to tell you. I forgot. I totally should have started with this, but I didn't. Probably because I didn't go with the list today. But I wanted to thank you guys for praying for our friend Bobby, the Kentuckian crafter, in our chat and on our Facebook page. He had a really rough week, and any of you who are familiar with medical terms, he was suffering from something called sepsis, which basically means his system became poisoned, and he's been suffering with a broken leg and a pin that keeps coming out, and he's normally in a wheelchair, and so I mean, this kid didn't even know his leg was broken because he didn't feel it. But I so appreciate you praying for him, and just the way you've cared for him through your prayers from wherever around the world. That just means so much, I know, to him. And yeah, he doesn't have a lot of family left, and he's by himself. And he did get transferred to a nurse, back to his nursing home as of yesterday, or yesterday evening, I believe. They did install a pick line, and that was pretty traumatic for him. But they installed the pick line, and then turns out they took it out later. I don't understand what's going on with that, but we trust that he's in good care. But thank you for praying for him, and please don't stop, because he's still continuing to take antibiotics to fight this infection. And we do hope that he does, you know, get better. And I know, just knowing that people are caring for him like you guys is going to make it a lot better. Um, so, well, I wanted to read you, if I can get through it, I wanted to read you something. This is the song that we sing at church every so often. It's kind of a modern hymn. It's not one of these oldies, although the old ones are just as good, because, truth is truth, no matter how old it is. But I wanted to read you this. The words are written by Mary Bowley Peters and Michael Smith, and the music in the song is by Michael Smith. And I did put a link in the video description below for this song, should you want to listen to it. It's really nice. And for those of you who like to play guitar, the guitar chords are pretty easy on this as well. And it's called All Must Be Well. Okay, I'm just going to read it through. Through the love of God our Savior. Here I go. All will be well. Free and changeless is his favor. All is well. Precious is the blood that healed us. Perfect is the grace that sealed us. Strong the hand stretched forth to shield us. All must be well. Though we pass through tribulation, all will be well. Ours is such a full salvation. All is well. Happy still in God confiding. Fruitful, if in Christ abiding. Steadfast through the Spirit's guiding. All must be well. We expect a bright tomorrow. All will be well. Wow, that is such our prayer after these last 2 years, is it not? Faith can sing through days of sorrow. All is well. On our Father's love relying, Jesus every need supplying. Yes, in living or in dying, all must be well. Oh, that affects me every single time I sing that or read that. I just love that song. But thank you for listening. And wow, if you stayed this long, God bless you, because it's been a long one today. Hannah and Esther, thank you for sticking with me. Sorry to be taking so long, sweethearts. But I just wish you guys an absolutely wonderful week. I hope to be broadcasting next Friday from South Carolina. And if you are in the Maryland, Virginia, Northern Virginia, Washington, D.C., Pennsylvania area, near Frederick, Maryland, please stop by, even if it's just to say hi. Don't have to buy anything, please. Never pressure there, but I would just love to meet you guys. I love you very much. And see you next week.